Bonjour et bienvenue. In this video, we will discuss about the French verbs ends with er. Means those French verbs with ends with er. So such verbs belongs to the first group of verb in French grammar. So all the French verbs are divided into three groups. First group is ending with er. So in this video, we will discuss only about the er ending verb. That means the first group. And the second group is those verbs which ends with ir. And the third group are of those verbs which ends with re and oir and the other ir ending verbs, and all the irregular verbs are you can say come under this third group. But in this video we will discuss about only the verbs which ends with er, and it is the first group in French verbs. So almost 90% of French verbs belong to this category, belong to this group, and each group has different set of rules to conjugate the French verbs. And you can say this is the easiest group to conjugate the French verbs, means the easiest rule to remember the French verbs. So let's discuss first of all the rules, how to frame the verbs which belong to this category, that means the er. So first of all, just have a look some basic verbs which I have written here, and you can see on the screen as well some very basic verbs which ends with er. So let's have a quick look over its meaning and the pronunciation. First is the verb parler, which means to speak or to talk, and then marcher, which means to walk, and écouter, which means to listen, and donner, which means to give, and aimer, which means to love or to like, and arriver, which means to arrive, and commencer, which means to commence or to begin or to start, and adorer, which means to adore, and aider, which means to help, and regarder, which means to watch. All the verbs you can see are ending with er. Okay, so just now begin with the rule pattern, how we can conjugate the verbs which belong to this category. So let's take the example of the verb parler. So to conjugate these verbs, what you can do, just take the verb like parler, and to conjugate the verb, we just remove this ending. By removing the ending, we have the stem left, parle, P-A-R-L. In this stem, we will add the endings, means endings according to the subject pronoun we are using. Suppose if you have to say I speak or I am speaking, you have to say je, and the stem will be P-A-R-L, P-A-R-L, and with the stem you will use the ending E. I am highlighting this ending. Je parle, I speak or I am speaking. In French grammar, there is no separate, you can say, present continuous tense. So, the simple present can be translated as the present continuous tense as well, according to the meaning of the sentence. So, I speak, I am speaking. Je parle. With je, you are using the ending E with the stem parle. P-A-R-L, parle. With you, what you have to use? P-A-R-L will remain the same. P-A-R-L will remain the same, but you have to add the ending es. Je parle, tu parles. Tu is the singular form of you. So, tu parles, you speak or you are speaking. You speak or you are speaking. So, now the next is il, elle, and on. These all are singular subject pronouns. Il refers to he, elle refers to she, and on refers to somebody, and sometimes it can be translated as we or they. It depends upon the meaning of the sentence. So, il, elle, on, these all are singular subject pronoun. On must take a singular verb. Il, elle, on, these all take the singular verb. So, il, elle, on, these take P-A-R-L will remain the same in all the format. P-A-R-L, P-A-R-L, In this, you have to retain this E like the J. E, ES, E. So you have to learn the endings only when you are talking about this ER ending group. Je parle, tu parles, il, elle, on parle. You have to use only E when referring to he, she and someone. He speaks, she speaks, or somebody speaks. You can also use the ing form. He is speaking, she is speaking, or somebody is talking or speaking. Now, just take the look of nous. Nous refers to we. So with nous, what you have to use? Nous, P-A-R-L. So parle will remain the same again. Parlons. Parlons. Nous parlons. With nous, you will always have to use this ending ons. Nous parlons. Nous parlons. We speak or we are speaking. Now look at the next one. Vous. P-A-R-L-E-Z. Vous parlez. Vous parlez. With vous, you have to use EZ. Vous refers to you, and it can be used in the plural form, and if you are using in the singular, it must be in the formal. Tu must be used in the informal form. So vous parlez, you speak or you are speaking. Now the last one is ILS or il. With il or l refers to they, il refers to masculine, l refers to feminine. Il, with this il, you can see on the screen P-A-R-L-E-N-T. P-A-R-L-E-N-T. Parle. P-A-R-L again will remain the same, but with the plural form they, you have to use E-N-T. You have to use E-N-T, but remember this E-N-T will never be pronounced in French verbs pattern. Parle. Il parle. You have to speak. You have to pronounce still E only. Il parle. So with il or l plural, you have to use ENT. So while conjugating such verbs, all the verbs use the same pattern, same rule. So what you have to do? You have to learn the spellings only. Sorry, you have to learn the ending. E, ES, E, ONS, EZ and ENT. Stem will remain the same. What you have to do, in all the verbs, you have to remove the ER, and according to the subject pronoun you are using, you have to use the endings only. Similarly, you can conjugate the verb marcher, écouter, donner, etc. Let's have another example of the verb which is beginning with a vowel, suppose. If it is beginning with a vowel, very minor changes there, very minor. Suppose if you have to use the verb aider. Aider means to help. So those verb which is beginning with a vowel, what you have to do only, again you have to remove ER. What we have left with AID. So AID is a stem of this verb. So with je, normally je spelling is JE, but if the verb is beginning with a vowel, you have to omit this E and you have to use this apostrophe sign and AIDE, jed. Now the pronunciation will be jed. Again AID and you are using the ending E, jed. And now the whole conjugation goes jed, tu aides. Look at the endings we are using. Yes, tu aides. Il, elle, on aide. Il, elle, on aide. Why we are using on aide like that? I've told you number of times. As in pronouncing, there is the linking of the vowel and the consonant. On aide. On aide. Il aide. Elle aide. On aide. It means to help. He helps, she helps, or somebody helps, or he is helping you, and you can also say. Now with nous, nous aidons. Again with nous, you are linking the vowel and the consonant. Nous aidons. Nous aidons. It's compulsory. Nous aidons. Vous aidez. Again linking, and with vous you are using EZ ending. Vous aidez. And il and l, z. Il and l, z, ent here. Again is not to be pronounced. So the only change you can see, those verbs which ends with, is beginning with a vowel, which what you have to use, you have to omit this E and use this apostrophe sign, and then like all the ear ending verbs like parler, marcher, you can conjugate these verbs. Rule will remain the same except this minor change. Okay. Now, so similarly, the other verbs ending with ER, all the ER ending verbs which belong to this group have the same pattern of conjugating the verb, of conjugating, you can say, with the subject pronouns. But there's a single verb, it ends with ER though, ale, which means to go. Ale, it ends with ER, but it's an exceptional verb. It doesn't come under this group. Why? Because it doesn't follow the rule of this group. It comes under the third group. Okay? As it is an thoroughly irregular verb. But still, we are discussing in this in this video, because it ends with ER. So it's important to tell you its conjugation, and you can see that its conjugation is totally different from that of these verbs which we have discussed so far. So ale, which means to go, though it ends with ER, it doesn't follow the rule of this group. It doesn't come under this group. It belongs to the third group. It is an irregular verb. So its conjugation goes je vais. See, automatically the spelling changes. No stem. Je vais. Je vais. Sound like W-A-Y. Je vais. Je vais, which means I go, I am going. Tu vas. You go and you are going. Il va. Elle va. On va. He goes. She goes. Somebody goes. Nous allons. Again, the linking of the vowel and the consonant. Here you can see some change, that we are having the stem. We are taking the stem. So you can say it's a trick to remember the verb, but it's a thoroughly irregular verb. But we are still taking a stem here, A-double-N. Nous allons, and we are adding the ending. Nous allons, vous allez, A-double-N-E-Z. Again, the E-Z is the ending. Vous allez. Ils vont, again the thorough spelling changes. Ils vont, elles vont, they go, they are going, masculine or feminine. Ils vont, elles vont. So, it's an irregular verb. It's a third group verb. Though it ends with ER, don't be mistaken to think about this verb of first group. Okay. So similarly, you can conjugate these verbs. Write to me in the comment section any verb of your choice, some verbs of your choice, and conjugate them in the comment section. I will definitely reply and check. So that's all for this video. If you like this video, so please do share it with French language learners, and do subscribe the channel as well. So hope to meet you soon in my next video. Till then, take care. Au revoir.